Mike J. Laneside alongside Jeff Goodger, and the bowling guy is Jason Thomas. And we kicked off the GEICO PBA Summer Swing with the Lucas Oil PBA Badger Open, and it was old school bowling that we got a chance to see.
Yeah, some fallback. The players were playing really deep and not hooking it all that much, and we got a different mix of players making it into the finals for the show. So if you like new players and fresh blood, you're going to love this first show from the Badger Open.
Jeff Goodger, 52 feet of oil, the longest ever used on the PBA Tour.
Yeah, and you could see it in the players having to play a different game. As we saw some 8-10s, we saw a couple 5-7s, some 5-pin standing. It was old-time bowling.
Old-time bowling and old-school highlights of the Lucas Oil PBA Badger Open.
Somebody told me today that that was a new record for longest time between shows. I don't know about that, but with some of the stuff I've been through, and even a few days ago, I was sitting at home laid up for a couple days and didn't know if I could bowl. So it was nice to walk into a pattern that fit me pretty well, and fell into a good swing, and almost fell out of that, but anyway, we got there.
Going into the 10th frame, I mean, Barnes could have made it, I could have made it, Pilon could have made it. It was just crazy, you know. So I'm very fortunate to be in the top 5.
I like his chances. He's tough and he's confident and he's hungry. And there you have it, my friend.
There you have it. Oh man, it's an honor to make a show against these guys. I mean, these are the best in the country, best in the world. So to have an opportunity to be top 5 against these guys is, you know, opportunity of a lifetime for sure. So it's great. No doubt.
You know, I thought going into the final round, you know, I was out of it. So to make that type of run, it's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it being my first show, and I think it's great for the company. You know, Motive is a really young company, and it's great to finally break through. They make great products, and I'm very fortunate to be a part of the team.
279, that's 22 pins.
Blanchard strikes, he's the #1 seed. Got that one a little right.
A little bit, but it laid there.
Big shot.
Yeah, first one is top seed and only 1 game to go is a little bit of confidence. I'm going to have to throw 12 good shots.
Your top 5 finalists in the opening event of the GEICO PBA Summer Swing, the PBA Badger Open.
The Badger Oil pattern in 52 feet is the longest ever used in PBA Tour history, and Jason Thomas, that's a big difference to go to the shortest pattern ever, the 32 feet of the Wolf.
Yeah, the players are going to really have to gear back their games. They're going to have to raise their ball speed for this pattern. On the 52-foot, they were really trying to slow it down and get the ball to hook that last 8 feet. This week, they're going to try to throw it really hard. They're going to play out further to the right, and they're going to use a lot weaker equipment, including some old-school reactive balls and some urethane and plastic.
And Jeff Goodger, is it even possible to see the 52-foot pattern? The same players had success there. Can they do it again with 20 feet less of oil?
Possible, yes, but I expect to see an entirely different field of 5. Wouldn't be shocked if one guy sneaks in both shows, but whole set of 5, new.
And let's get reaction from the lanes, from the players themselves.
Well, the main difference between the two patterns is obviously 20 feet of oil. So the last few days have been 52 feet. This pattern's 32 feet. So you have 20 more feet of back end to manage, where yesterday, the last term was way more about trying to get the ball to pick up and to get it through the pins. This will be way more about trying to manage how much friction's out there and getting the ball to save energy until it gets to the pins. So instead of playing 3rd, 4th arrow to begin with and moving into 5th, 6th arrow, this is going to start around 2, 3, 4, and guys might move as far left as between 10 and 15, but probably not much more than that.
It was a little bit harder for your ball to hook in the 52, and now all of a sudden we have a lot of hook. So you just got to, you know, work it, use a different balls, little different surfaces, and actually just attack a totally different part of the lane. So, you know, when we're out here, you just got to make sure your ball pretty much doesn't change direction. And and now, you know, on the 52-foot pattern, it didn't change direction. So we now just got to make sure it doesn't change direction. So it's a little different, and we're just going to have some fun and throw some great shots, you know?
It's close. It's about a couple of years ago, Cheetah. It wasn't last year's Cheetah. The last one I won, it was about 2 years ago, Cheetah. But the inside's different than the outside, but the outside's playing the same, so hopefully we'll see if I can strike here.
You know, I think I'm just going to play them the same, see what happens. No, I'm just joking. You know, at 32 feet, there's really not a whole lot of hold in the middle of the lane. You know, I'm playing with a little softer hand today. Obviously, on the 52-foot, we can kind of get our hand in a little bit. Actually, I think the most important thing this week is going to be spare shooting. At 32 feet, it's a little trickier for those that create any rotation on their spares at all. I think there's going to be a lot of pins thrown away there, so I'm going to probably work on just trying to be as smooth and as calm as possible down the lane. Try and pick up whatever I leave.
You know, when we bowled on 52 feet, it was obvious that you're going to have to keep your target in front of you and get the ball into a roll, and a pretty heavy roll because of the length of the pattern. Let's face it, pattern's 52 feet, it's going to stretch out to 55, so you're talking about you got about 5 feet for the ball to really turn over. You know, unlike this pattern, now it's pretty much go out and go get it. Throw it basically as firm as you want. You got to play a lot closer to the gutter rather than inside. And, well, needless to say, going after it's not going to be the big key. I think stroking through it more to get it down the lane is going to be really key.
The GEICO PBA Summer Swing through June 2nd here in the greater Milwaukee area. It's a wide variety of oil patterns and 3 different venues, and it's a lot to look forward to live on the online bowling channel.
Yeah, we've got over 60 hours of coverage this week and next. Obviously, the first event is wrapped up, the Badger Open. We've got a great telecast coming up on CBS Sports Network for that one. And we've got 3 more telecasts to decide who the finalists are, so you can watch it all on Extra Frame, and it should be a lot of great action.
And Jeff, so many ways to experience Extra Frame, your mobile device, your PC, PBA.com live scoring. There's just so many different ways to keep up with this GEICO PBA Summer Swing.
There's really no excuse, Mike J. Why wouldn't you subscribe to Extra Frame?
And it's just $7.99 a month, $64.99 a year, www.extraframe.tv. And not only do you get all the great events here at the GEICO PBA Summer Swing, but coming up in the month of June, back-to-back major championships on the PBA 50 Tour. For Jeff Goodger and for the bowling guy Jason Thomas, this is Mike J. Laneside inviting you to subscribe to Extra Frame, the online bowling channel.